Hello and welcome to this episode of Between the Studs. I'm your host Mark. Today I'm joined by Chris and Joe.
That's right.
Two of the most numbers savvy guys.
At least he's right about something.
Got him.
I got at least one I was okay with. The other numbers didn't do so well. But what Chris is referring to here is our recapping of our investment predictions a year ago. In fact, a little over a year ago.
I can't believe it's been that long, honestly.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's
but about a year ago, we posted a video making some bold predictions, especially in my case, for some sets that would be either low investment value, in other words, they wouldn't make any money or lose money.
Right.
Some mid investment values, they'd go up a little bit, but not really worth your time or investment.
Right.
And then some high investments, investments in sets that were soon to retire, that would soon, hopefully, double their money or get an outrageous amount of increase in value. Mm-hmm. We had a great variety of results from our sets.
Yes, indeed, we did.
We have all the stats here, Joe, and we can start going through them here. What's the low price points look for us here?
So, Mark, you chose for your set to be less than retail. You chose the Technic Batmobile, the $100 set, and it increased 30% to $130.
Yeah, so an unfortunate turn of events. That's kind of normal for LEGO sets. I thought that would be a bad one. So.
Now, these prices are based off of Amazon.
Mostly Amazon.
To give us a metric to go off of, so it might not be quite that high, but it still is over retail.
I'm surprised that increased as well.
I thought it was a good pick.
We at that time, we had a ton of those.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought for sure it would not have increased. So I don't think that was a bad pick.
It was a surprise, to be sure.
It is tough to be up when it's supposed to be down.
Plus, it was like, it didn't even look like a Batmobile. It just looked like a black
sports car.
It's not a good set.
Yeah. It's plain.
I'm not going to diss your pick. It just is unfortunate.
Hey, that's how it works. Somebody wanted it more.
I chose Boba Fett's Throne Room, which retailed for $100, and on Amazon, it's currently $85.
Yeah.
That's a decrease of 15%.
I think they overproduced that.
They did. It's one they overproduced. Before it was released, Costco had it for 20% off. It was just, it's one of those sets that just did not, they overdid it and it didn't sell well.
And that retired last
I guess the
end of
2023.
Wow.
And it's still selling for about retail.
Yeah.
Or even less on Amazon.
You can find deals on it, which suggests that it's low. That was not a good investment, and great pick, Joe.
Chris, which I remember when he pulled this out, we were like, dang, that's a good one. You pulled out the $160 stunt set, and all the stunt sets go down, and because this one is so expensive,
it was big.
It was like no one's gonna pay that. So on Amazon, it's on sale for $110, which is a 31% decrease in price. So Chris had the best low.
Those were so overpriced.
The stunt sets were the price per part was horrendous.
The big ramps must have been costing a fortune to make.
It was pretty bad. Mm-hmm. So for the low, Chris had the best one. I had the second best, and you were high.
I lost. I would consider that an L.
I won.
You won the low point.
Let's end the video here.
Right. Yeah. He won section 1.
Yeah.
For the mid, Mark picked the Coliseum.
This little set on the table here,
Mark was like, "Nah, this ain't gonna go up at all." Retail for $550. That's a lot of money.
I
no
thought
one's
it'd go
gonna
up
pay
$100
more
maybe.
than that.
Yeah.
This increased to $900.
Yeah, comfortably selling for that.
64% increase for the mid, which is the goal of mid is to be about retail.
Oh, did I say mid? I meant high.
No. Rule number 1 with choosing a mid set: don't choose one that has a black box.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly,
that's a given.
That's a good call.
My mid choice was the Child Grogu, which was $90, and on Amazon it's currently on sale for $84.
Another overproduced one.
Again, and that's Boba Fett and that both horribly overproduced.
Yeah. That one actually would fit in low too. So.
Is a good set though.
Yeah.
Boba Fett not as much. Yeah. So I think that's why this is 7% decrease for me, which is pretty good.
Not too far.
What I was going for.
Yeah.
And then Chris picked Creative Ocean Fun, which I thought was a weird one, but it's a pretty good one for mid because those never go up. This was $20 retail, and on Amazon it is $23, which is a 15% increase. So I take the cake on that one.
Yeah, I think that's right in the money as far as a mid, because it's going up just a tiny bit.
I would agree.
Staying the same price.
All of us pretty much well, except for you.
The Coliseum is a terrible outlier, but you guys were pretty much on that mid price
so
point.
Did Joe win because he has the lowest percentage change?
It's because I have the closest to retail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you got disqualified
for going under. Yeah, no, not Jeopardy rules.
Yeah, I think that is technically Joe's win there, but you are right there, Chris. I mean, a few dollars more is pretty
Mark
normal.
was just a little off.
It's a big L for me. Yeah.
So that's 2 big L's for Mark.
Unfortunately.
But for the high, Mark did pick the Batman Mosaic, which was $120 retail, and on Amazon is currently $210. Mm-hmm. And I mean that sells for $200 easy.
Yeah.
Which is a 75% increase. Which I mean that's
within
pretty
the
good.
noise,
that's
close
pretty
enough.
Good.
Yeah.
I picked the Republic Fighter Tank. Mostly because I love it, but also I knew this was such a good set, and one they'd never make those clones again.
Yeah.
And that increased from $40 retail to $70 retail, which is exactly the same, a 75% increase. Mm-hmm. And then Chris picked this set, the Dark Trooper Attack, which retailed for $35, and on Amazon is $40, which is a 14% increase.
BTW, by the way. We still have it
for
$34.99.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
It's still on retail.
So Chris had a 14% increase.
That would have been a good mid set. Yeah, not a great investment.
Wow.
So.
Man, that's crazy.
You were confident about this one too. I remember.
I'm surprised.
I just think the figures are so cool.
They are, but it's
Luke Skywalker. It looks great in this.
Mm-hmm. It's a hallway duel scene.
But you know what's cooler is Mace Windu and purple clones.
And apparently the Batman Mosaic stuck in there too.
We tied it first there. I'll give you that one, so we each got one.
I almost feel like I would double down on this, but it doesn't qualify for the new one.
Right, because it
retired last year. Right. But I would say this is still going to go up.
And it could. There's some sets that they retire, and a year after, nothing happens, but then that next year happens, and it shoots.
In fact, this is our last one. So
look at that.
After you watch this video or during it, buy it.
Yep.
Because
and
this is the last one. It's still retail price.
Don't miss out before it goes up.
It's going to go up next year.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Or if these guys appear again in a Star Wars property, then they'll go up again.
If they show up in the next season, or for some reason, it'll go up.
2 years from now, we need to go back and
make sure that
see how
double recap.
It still is.
I mean, hey, we definitely could.
We probably have time to do that for the 3rd episode of this installment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so about that, 1 year recap. What was the biggest outlier for you guys? Was it the Coliseum, or was there something else that stood out to you guys?
I feel like me and Chris know our stuff with this.
Yep.
He was a little off on the one to invest in, but it is always harder to pick the one that's going to go up because time is everything with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But as far as what we know, bad sets, we knew our bad sets.
Yeah.
You had a good investment one.
Yes.
But the Coliseum...
1 out of 2 isn't bad.
The Coliseum stands out, man. A 64 increase on the one you said wasn't going to do anything. That's rough.
I think, Chris, you did call this out and say this is going to go up.
Oh, yeah. We told you were wrong. Yeah. On that, I'm pretty sure you could go back and watch us both be like, no.
You were like, I think this is going to go up because it's big, it's weird, it's special, and maybe not sold as much.
We pretty much all got one.
Yeah,
and I think Mark chose this as not going to go up because number one, he was told not to build all in tan.
That's true.
Yeah,
Brickmaster Amy.
It's subliminal messaging. Yeah.
It's in there, man. It's stuck in there.
He also has seen this in real life, right?
Yeah.
You're the only one here that's seen it in real life.
I'm pretty sure.
So.
Yeah.
And you just weren't that impressed with it.
Yeah, so it was just a hunk of tan rock,
ruins.
Woof.
So.
No, that was probably the biggest as far as dollar amount off the predictions.
Definitely a little bit off.
Percentage, it was still bad, but hundreds and hundreds of dollars off because it was a big swing and a big miss. But I'm surprised this didn't go up more. That was a surprise for me.
I think I said it in the last video that I didn't expect this one to be it. Because I knew they'd overproduce it because they had made the Dark Trooper already in the one set. When they produced this, they knew people were going to want to build armies of them, so they produced a lot of them.
You need like 18 of them or whatever it is.
I thought they were going to also do more with the Dark Troopers.
And they didn't. You did say that. You were like, they're going to show up again, and they haven't, so that's probably part of it, too.
But I still think they're going to show up.
They could, and if they do, this set will go up.
So I'm gonna stick with this. I think it's... I'm going to double down and say that...
Next year, we'll check
Next year, I'm not going to say I'm going to beat Joe, because Joe had a good pick. But I'll beat Mark.
You think it's going to be a higher percentage than the Batman mosaic? It totally could.
Yeah, we'll file this away.
I also chose a small set because
it's easier. Yeah,
it's
double.
Easier to double
compared to like this. I mean, this could double soon, but
you never know.
$100 set doubling is not as easy as a $35 set doubling.
Yeah. I'm also surprised with the Technic car. We've already talked about that, but it's like, what happened? Why did it go up $30?
Some people like their Technic, man.
Yeah. Well, I underestimated the Technic fans, but
hey, the slate is clean.
Exactly.
It all begins again.
Yeah, we have a fresh start.
That's right.
New year, and now last year I feel like we had a not bad selection of discontinuing sets.
There's a lot this year.
There's a lot more this year because they're producing a lot more sets. I think. We had hundreds to choose from, and Joe, you want to read out some of our low estimate picks here?
So, Mark, you picked, which you have this on hand, the Friends Sports Center, which is $95 retail. Is that right?
Yes.
That's rough.
That's too high.
I mean, it's 832 parts, which I don't know where they are.
It doesn't look like it.
But it has a bunch of parts in it. It is a Friends set, though, and I don't think most Friends sets will ever go up.
Yeah.
Which is good for Friends people. But
yeah. So my thoughts on this is, first of all, it's big, it's expensive. It's not something you immediately think of as a Friends set. Sports Center?
Right.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It has one main character. The rest are NPCs. They're not really showing up in any other sets.
Tough.
So, and he's not even the most popular character. Leo is just one of like 10.
No one likes
so, there's not anything there to draw. No animals. A few interesting pieces, but not nearly as some Friends sets.
The animals is a good call out because a lot of people who come in want the Friends animals.
Yeah. So I think there's multiple reasons why this is my least favorite of the new generation Friends sets, and I think it's going to be the same or even like less. You could find it for a good deal in Bricklink later. So what do you guys think? Like Chris, what do you think about this?
I haven't actually ever seen this set in my life.
This is in our store for sale right now, yeah.
But I like it a lot.
You like it?
There's so much you can actually play with.
Yeah.
There's cool pieces, yeah.
You can actually, this is a game. You can actually play soccer.
Better than the foosball.
And then the characters could play tennis. They're playing basketball. You've got the rings over here. Mountain climbing.
That's pretty cool.
Breakdancing probably.
Yep. Music going.
I don't think it's gonna drop that much.
Okay.
Because it is unique.
Yeah.
They next year they're not gonna have any sports sets.
You're right.
And if you want one, this is the only way to get it. And you're gonna pay retail or more.
Gotcha.
So that's my opinion. Also, Ivana is a Bond character. She's one of the girls from James Bond. Ivana.
I'm sure all the Friends fans will recognize her right away.
Her name in James Bond, I think, was Ivana Humpelad.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Right. I'm kind of on the same page as far as the uniqueness of it is huge. With Friends, they do a lot of stuff that's the same.
It is different.
They've never done this. So you could be right, and it could just no one cares about it, or it could be really good because it's so different.
Yeah.
Because sports are cool.
Yeah, because you might need some basketball suit Friends characters.
Yeah,
you never know. So some sports suits. The Olympics just happened, so maybe if that was happening later, it'd be better. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Things to consider. So.
And then my pick was the Hoopty from the Marvels, which the set just starting. It's $90 retail for 400 and something parts, which is already double what it should be.
Yeah.
$60 might have been okay for 3 figures that aren't really done well. Captain Marvel's pretty similar to the ones we've gotten. The Monica was about the same as the Monica we'd already gotten, and the Miss Marvel is the only really like new character. So it's pretty, and it's a dumb set. Like it looks ugly. It's just a gray slab of garbage.
It's not a good looking set. It wasn't a popular movie.
And it's horribly overpriced. I'm pretty sure it's already on sale on Lego.com. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. So I expect this to not be it. Like it's going to still be on sale.
Yeah.
If it not on, obviously not on Lego, but
so
on Amazon. And
you're
stuff like
guessing as well. No increase in value.
No, it's definitely not going up. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
The Hoopty, I agree with you, Joe. This is, in my opinion, a terrific pick for a no increase in value set. Because even if it were to sell for retail, I feel like that's an increase in what it's doing now, which is on sale. So, yeah. So what do you think, Chris?
It's really hard to believe anything Marvel is going to go down a year from now. But I'm looking at this.
It's horrible.
I've seen it before. I just had to see it again.
It's ugly.
I would vote for this to most likely end up in our pick-a-brick.
Yeah.
We'll just take the whole thing and put it. I don't know if you remember, but they were making they made 3 Milanos back to back.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all you saw in our pick-a-brick was that orange color.
Yeah, because it's not as good as the yellow one.
Yeah.
And this is just awful. Besides the fact that nobody watched this movie.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it.
We're not even really factoring that it's just the set quality is not there.
It actually, this made, I hadn't watched a Marvel movie since Deadpool. Deadpool saved it. Thank goodness. Yeah. Would you agree with that, Mark?
I loved the Deadpool
I thought
movie,
Deadpool was great.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we all are in agreement on this one. Hopefully that we'll see if
it's
$90?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Holy
the part count
cow.
is what, 420?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It should be 50.
What the What in the world for 3 minifigures and no big giant parts that make it expensive?
No, there's zero reason.
Wow.
Zero reason.
Shame on Marvel and Lego.
Well, so here's the thing. They are putting Marvel sets out that have the right parts per piece. I don't know what happened with this movie or this set, but they lost their mind.
Yeah.
Joe, that was a great pick.
Yeah, no. As soon as I saw that was retiring, I was like, duh. Well, and then, so that's mine. Chris's selection is Grim Keeper, the Caged Monster, which retails for $38. Now, that's Dreamzzz, right?
Dreamzzz, yeah.
And I think I know which one that is. Yeah.
The reason I picked that is because it is overpriced, not as overpriced as yours.
Right.
But you got the Grim Keeper. It's not a cool monster. It's got a big cage in the middle. It's a prison, really. So I don't think people are going to buy it for that. You don't get any cool figures. You get that same character, Mateo.
He is overproduced.
Yeah, he's in like almost every
and that's
set.
it. Mateo.
And like maybe one person inside this cage, but that's an NPC, not important character.
Yeah, just
it's just a normal character. So there's absolutely no reason to buy this set,
unless it's from us.
Yeah.
The only reason I would be wrong on this is if they didn't make very many of them, and it becomes hard to get. But
I feel like they made plenty though. So
it's also overpriced. It's 274 pieces, and it's $37.99.
Yeah,
it's like $18.
It's already it's a weird price, but it's definitely too high.
So I would say that's going to be like a $20 bill next year at this time.
Yeah. So not any increase at all. Yeah.
I could see this staying mid and not really going up, but I don't think it'll go down. Just because Dreamzzz has cool monsters and the parts might be what people buy it for, even if it's not the set itself. So I don't think that'll go down.
I think this is going
to be...
But
there's no cool monsters in it.
The parts on the monster.
That's the problem.
Yeah. There's no glowing ravens and red foxes. The latest wave of Dreamzzz has some cool creatures, and I think they're winning with that.
Oh yeah, like the crocodile car.
No,
I don't like the crocodile car either.
Dumb.
I think that's silly too.
At least the crocodile car has.
I mean, look at the Night Hunter guy.
It's got okay figures, whereas the
other one
I chose didn't.
Fair.
I think this is going to be exactly the same price as it is next year, and therefore a bad investment.
Yeah.
So
no, definitely
I don't think it's going to be any increase at all. So. Yeah, I think we're mostly in agreement. A few outliers possibly.
I mean...
So my strategy, if you're looking for a high percentage change, my strategy is to go with a small set so that the slightest change is going to make it a higher percentage.
Yeah. Which is true. That is how to play the game. But the hoopty is just the worst.
Yeah.
I think you're going to win that.
If I don't know what happened.
If that's like a doubled in price next year, we'll all be losing our minds.
There's no way. So Mid's selection, Mark, you picked the
Brachiosaurus Discovery.
I see.
I don't know what
that. I cannot think of that.
It's the
it's the You think that is just gonna stay at $80?
I think it's gonna be like maybe $20 or $30 more. So like under 50% increase is what I'm saying. I think it could be a slight mid increase matching inflation.
Yeah, I definitely think you're wrong.
But the reason I think that's the case is it's currently on sale right now, $20 off.
Fair.
And it has been for a while. That suggests that they produced a lot of them, and maybe they're not selling. So I think this is going to be a slight increase. It's going to be worth just a tiny bit more than it is now, but it's not going to be double. It's not going to be over 50%.
So,
but what do you guys think?
I think that's a bad pick.
I think it's a bad pick.
I think that is the only Brachiosaurus they've made.
Yeah,
it's true,
and it's awesome.
I also the other thing.
The Jeep?
Is they just clearanced this out at Walmart, which means, in my opinion, that says, hey, this thing's already retired.
Yeah, it is. It's retiring this year. It's going out.
So you want to wait till something, in my opinion, you want to wait till something retires at the end of the year because you got an extra 6 months.
Yeah, it's true.
Whereas this thing has an extra 6 months to go down and then skyrocket, which Lego usually does. It goes down before it goes up.
This is the going down period, you think?
Yeah. So I mean, I do see what you're saying, but I think it's too good.
Yeah, you think the Brachiosaurus is too cool? It's going to go up?
I think it is. Yeah,
you could be right.
I could see the Bronchosaurus being $80. Yeah, soon.
I agree with that.
And the tree's dumb, but the Jeep is also like
it's got decent figs.
Yeah, you get the original Jurassic Park figs too. So.
Well, maybe I picked too good a set. Now I'm a little worried, but I'm going to stick with it.
I'd be really worried if I were you. I wouldn't be.
I'm surprised you picked this because you have this.
I do.
Yeah,
it's the one I bought retail, brand new, months ago.
Classic Jurassic.
That's what I said.
Park Jeep.
Right. Yeah. Wow. I don't. So we'll see if you. Mark, if you're under 64% in the mid category, we'll count that as a win.
Okay, yeah. That's better than last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to go back and watch the last year's video. Yeah. I bet we're on there saying, Mark, the Coliseum? Are you kidding me? That's the worst pick
I guarantee
ever.
Yeah, I was adamant, but I was wrong. So
that's what matters.
I have it on display to remind me.
There you go.
I've learned so much. So
I picked the BTS Dynamite set, which is $100. It is currently on sale, which means it's going out.
Yeah, phasing out.
There was a huge rush when this came out. They all sold out in the first few days.
Yeah.
Then
crickets.
That's it.
Yeah.
So like the people that wanted it got it, and then no one wants it.
They both got it. Yeah.
And they sold out. Yeah. So I don't think this is gonna. This could easily stay around $100, but I don't see this going up in the next year.
Up or down.
Yeah. So. It's not great. It's a very specific set. You know, like for me, this holds absolutely nothing for me, other than there's a donut.
Yeah.
But I just don't see this going up, especially since it's already been on sale for a few months on Lego.com, and they're still not like.
Yeah.
Usually, if they put a set on sale and it sells well on sale, they'll take it back off sale. This is still on sale.
Yeah.
So I just expect this to be about $100 next year.
What do you think, Chris?
I wouldn't have picked this set. I don't think it's a great set. However, it is an okay price per part.
Yeah. It is.
Because you get so many figures, that's why. And then it's a black box. These things go up.
I will say this is the one I am the least confident in.
Okay.
They go up in value.
It is an idea set too, and those can always be.
Now we've got this listed as Kuso.
It's ideas.
That's for ideas.
Yeah, I thought they stopped calling them that a long time ago.
It's in the title.
Is that how you spell Kuso?
I don't know.
I think that is how you spelled Kuso back then.
Cuuso?
It's such a strange acronym, I don't even know
what it stands for. No wonder they stopped calling it that.
Yeah.
Ideas rolls off the tongue a lot easier.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark?
This one, I could see it completely like being frozen in time and nothing changes, like you said.
Or it doubles.
Or it could be 200. You never know.
No, and that's why I'm least confident about this, because either I'm completely right or horribly wrong, like the Coliseum.
Yeah, my synopsis is I have no idea.
Yeah,
so I'm not sure.
We'll find out in a year.
Hopefully, it's a good call for you. We'll see.
And Chris's selection was a friend set, which I think is probably a good move. The Heart Lake International School.
I don't even know what this thing looks like.
I know exactly what set that is.
I did too.
It was on Heart Lake City Drama.
It was.
It was a good episode.
It's
the teacher was trying to kill everybody.
It's been around for a couple years.
Yes.
So that I do know.
It sat on store shelves for a while.
All right, so I wanted to choose a friend set. That was my first.
Yeah,
that's a good move. I'll go ahead and tell you that. For mid, that's a great idea.
I feel like they just kind of sit at the same price. I wanted to choose something that is a genre like that sports thing. Next year, if you want a sports thing, you can't get it.
Yeah,
I don't see anybody wanting a school. Kids don't like school.
Right.
Yeah,
they don't want a school. So
they want the mansion, they want the mall, they want
there's a boat out right now. They might want that boat.
Yeah.
There's houses. They always want houses.
Yeah.
There's no animals in this thing. I don't think it's going to go down, but
it's just going to stay the same. Which is $100.
It's $100. It's the right price per part.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's 985 parts.
Yeah.
So minimal increase, maybe like matching inflation. A little bump once it retires, but nothing serious at all. Yeah.
It's also an international school. I mean, what is that?
It's a school where people from different places go to school. I guess. Anyway, I didn't go to school, so I don't know. I was homeschooled.
It's not a terrible set, which is why it's the mid-grade. I don't think it's going down. I think it's going to stay.
I think that's a great pick for that. It's a friend set.
Yeah.
They just stay even forever.
I think the size of that helps it stay more even too, because it's a large set. It's going to be minimal $10 maybe $20 change, and therefore a good mid pick. Yeah, agreed. So
so you did
I could see that winning.
drama on this.
I did. Yeah. I remember.
What happened?
It was creepy.
Well, the teacher used the boomerang to cut off Autumn's arm. And so it was bad, and it's hard to play basketball with one arm too. So, but yeah, it was a terrible situation for everybody. I think. Yeah, a lot of
after this video, go watch that video.
It's a short video on our shorts.
Yes,
you can go find
short.
it. Yeah, less than 60 seconds of drama.
Oh boy, yeah.
No, terrific.
Yeah, I think Chris might take us on the mid on that one. But we'll see.
I'm worried about the Brachiosaurus now. We'll see. I'm going to pick the too cool of a set.
We are making educated guesses. But the future holds what we don't know.
And before getting into what we recommend investing in, let me say this. We did a video Between the Studs where I was talking about don't invest in Lego.
Right. Yeah. Don't do this for investment purposes.
Unless you have your other basis covered.
Right.
You've already done stocks and whatever. So.
That's your retirement. That's your debt. Pay your debt off first.
Right.
You got your debt paid off.
You got real estate.
Then buy Lego.
Yeah.
Lego's cool.
Your 401k, savings for 6 months.
Right.
Then you could buy Lego. But don't invest until you have everything else taken care of. Because they also say, and this is not to get too far off on a tangent here.
No, please.
But they say Lego's a better investment than gold. It's not. Gold is easier to sell. You can bring gold in anywhere and sell it for a fixed market price. You can't bring Lego anywhere and sell it for a fixed market price. You have to, whoever you're selling it to has to make money on it, right?
Yeah.
So gold is actually a real currency, in my opinion, whereas Lego is not. You have to store it. It's got to remain in good condition.
It's volume.
Storing Lego, we spend thousands of dollars a month to store Lego.
Yeah, extra sets that we have.
Yeah, it's wild.
And then the selling fees, if you do want full price for a Lego set online, the selling fees are astronomical, let alone the time that it takes to pack it up and ship it. And then how many returns do we get and we have to deal with?
Yeah.
Just dealing with returns, time is money, So.
And then you also have to think with gold, it's all the same thing. You can't bring a friend set that you paid $100 for and expect to get $180 for.
Yeah, not necessarily.
You have to get that right Star Wars set or that right Marvel set. So you have to be way more invested in.
It's picking the right one because half of them won't really make money.
So if you want to do it for fun, go for it. Definitely. And that's what we're talking about here. It's like, what set will I go? Maybe I'll pick that up because I like that set, but I don't know if I want to open it, and I'll just keep it sealed on a shelf. That's kind of what we're thinking.
Do what we do. Make bold predictions and share them. Buy one copy if you feel like it, and then maybe you'll get lucky. So,
What's funny is I just realized I own all 3 of these sets that are on our high.
That's a good thing to have.
Yeah. So, Mark, you picked a big, expensive set.
Again.
Which I think is a bad move for the percentage game. But it's not a bad pick. You picked Ninjago City Gardens, which is $350 retail. It's been out since 21, which is a longer life, which is normal for bigger sets like that.
Yeah.
And because the markets came out, you want to have 2 current at the same time. These, if we look at the history, you can see the Ninjago City is up to like $1,000. The Docks is not far behind. It's about $800.
Yeah. This is number 3.
This is the 3rd one. Yeah. So now that it's about to retire, we'll find out. Will this match or will it not? I think it's going to go up. I don't think to the same level because I think they probably produced it more, which is also why I was out for a little bit longer. So I think you'll do well on it, but I don't think it's going to... I don't think you'll win, and I think that's because it's a big set.
Yeah. It might not get as high as I'm hoping because of that.
If it's $500, that's good.
It has to make a lot of increase.
But it needs to be $700.
Yeah. And I think that's actually possible.
It is. So it's an unknown, for
I think that the Gardens is actually the best Ninjago City set.
I would agree with that. So, and I have 3 of them.
Because of that, I know my brother really wants a set, but he hasn't gotten around to buying it, and he's going to pay through the nose in a year or 2 if he doesn't.
He'll be like, oh, $800.
Yeah, exactly. We're all going to be like, oh. But that's my bold prediction. But Chris, what do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
A good pick
choice.
from Mark.
Yeah, and you watch the history of the other two sets. Those are both over doubled, so
yeah,
easily could get there. Maybe, and this could be one like next year. It's $500, but then in 2 years, it's $1,000.
That's what I was also going to say.
Right.
It might be a little bit of a slow burn, but I feel like eventually this will be a $1,000 set.
Right.
At some point in the future.
So, yeah, you have more on that?
Yeah, it's also a good one to say. It's not a good one to actually do.
Yeah,
no.
It is such
it's also big. Yeah,
you're tying up a lot of money,
right?
And it's a lot of set to store. That's not going to fit in a closet,
right?
Yeah. You know, if it does fit in a closet, you're going to take up the whole closet with it.
The whole
so
shelf.
do what I do. Build it. I built it, and it's a beautiful set.
I need to get one of those before they go retire.
You should. Yeah, no, you're telling people to do it.
Yeah, I know.
My pick is The Office, also an Ideas one. Which is $120 retail. The Office is so popular. The set sold out when it came out. I'm pretty sure it never went on sale, and it's just a good set. I wasn't, again, I'm not super confident about this one either, but I could easily see this doubling.
Yeah,
I could see this being $250 next year.
Yeah,
because we've seen a lot of those, like The Big Bang Theory. Seinfeld's already going up now; it's retired. The ones that people know and love, those go up. That's why I don't think Dynamite will as much, but I do think The Office could easily double. So that's my pick.
The Office is probably the most popular show that Lego has done. I mean, even more than Friends, possibly.
Yes.
So
yeah, the Friends ones have gone up too.
Yeah, but I think that's a pretty good call. I'm not like you. I'm not 100% sure because it might be a little bit more. Might be a lower percentage than you're hoping, but I think it's going to go up. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I think we all have good choices here. The Office is going to go up. I'm number one Office fan right here. I mean,
it's awesome.
I've probably seen every episode 4 or 5 times.
Nice.
Wow.
But I think what this is going to come down to is the production levels that they made, which Lego does not tell you.
Nope.
So that's...
We can never get that metric.
One of the reasons why you did so well on the Star Wars set. Who would have thought a Star Wars set would go down in value? But
they made too many.
They made so many Boba Fett's throne room.
Yeah.
So it's not always about demand. Sometimes it's about the supply.
Yeah, I mean, if you flood the market, then...
And they definitely did second and potentially third productions of The Office.
Right.
Because, I don't know if you remember when they first came out with it.
They sold out instantly.
They sold out immediately.
We had people asking for months after.
Took a while to get it back in stock, so they could have made a lot of that set, especially because it was affordable. Usually they don't do that with huge sets.
Yeah.
So that's why the Gardens could be a good pick.
Yeah.
Because it's a big set and they don't overproduce it.
Theoretically,
yeah. The Office, as long as they didn't overproduce it,
right,
you're good to go.
And then the final selection is Chris, who picked the Ahsoka's Clone Trooper, the 332nd Battle Pack, which is $20 retail.
Yeah, easy. If this is 40 next year, you win.
Yeah. Right, and again, this is playing the game of percentages.
Yep.
It's smart to go with a lower one. This was actually my second. I almost picked that. And then I saw that he did, and I was like, well, that's a good thing I didn't try to go for that. But it's a battle pack, and it's clones. Helmet holes, whatever, no one cares.
Yeah.
The people that are going to buy it don't care.
You won last year.
Right.
On basically the same thing, the Republic fighter tank.
A $40 one,
right?
But it was with clone troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily see this doubling in the next year.
This could be more than double.
It could.
It could be $50.
And again, that's the smart part.
Or maybe they overproduce it, like potentially they did with this, and it's still going to hover around that price, and then a year later, like this, then it doubles.
He's confident in this.
We'll track this throughout the years.
Right,
as we
we're
going
to file this one away so we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I should put this in the closet until next year.
There you go, because it'll be double in value. There you go.
Just kidding, we'll sell it to you.
Some amazingly bold predictions here, and some safe predictions too. Some good decisions, we think. Lots of things to consider as the days and months tick on. Really excited about this recap of last year and looking forward to the future.
It would be, it'd be interesting is to put a poll up to see what they think and who wins each category.
Yes. Okay.
And that way, our viewers can play along.
We can do that. I can do a poll on the YouTube community tab for sure, just for fun.
And then can we go back and look?
We can see what people thought.
On there.
At the very least, they can let us know in the comments too.
Yeah, that's true. Also comment and comment if there's other ones you think that you're like that would be a better investment, or this one would be a horrible investment.
Yeah,
we want to know what you see too.
I think at this point, the Brachiosaurus Discovery is the most on the edge here. We'll say.
Let's just say you're.
I didn't do well in mid last year.
In the mid last year, you had a 64% increase on the what was it? The Coliseum.
Nothing.
Yeah. So we'll see. That the midsection's not your specialty.
We'll see. Anyway, well, very cool, guys. Thank you for your opinions and time, and we'll be doing this again in about a year. So
sounds good.
We'll see you guys then. Bye bye.
Peace.